business. So she's going to get into that a little bit more. Please join me in welcoming Nicole Stanbra.
Thank you. Okay, awesome. All right, let's bring this home and tie this all together. So I'm going to cover 5 challenges and 5 solutions that we can implement right now, okay? So the first one is that everyone's doing video now. Compared to last year, the couple years prior, more and more people are taking to video, and it's amazing. The challenge is, how do we separate ourselves from the crowd when everyone's making the same kind of content? Shannon touched on it, right? Welcome to 123 Main Street. Immediate scroll, right? Like, no one's stopping listening to that. Same thing, which was one of my favorites. Hi guys, I'm so excited to tell you about, like, no one gives a shit, right? So how do we still make fun, entertaining, engaging content, which I call unicorn style content? Think of out of the box, creative, captivating, engaging, entertaining, things that are gonna people relate to, especially the audience that's following you. So this is an example. So say, for example, you have a new listing and it has a fabulous chef's kitchen. I'm willing to bet it has custom cabinets, stainless steel appliances, a wolf range, maybe even a hidden pantry. So how can I feature this cool kitchen and make it stand out against all the other cool kitchens on Instagram? Well, I did it in a way where I took one little aspect of it, like the pantry, and I said, how can I play on this a little bit? The video's not gonna work, but if you go to my Instagram, you'll see it. But the point is, let me see. No, that's okay. Okay, so if I had a hidden pantry, because I don't have one, but I'd love to have one, I can see it, yeah, I would store my food and stuff in there, but I could also see myself using it as a hiding spot. I'm a mom, I have 2 little kids, and we all know at 6 to 6:30 every night, it's witching hour, and the kids are crazy, and that's when our clients are calling us, right? So I can just envision myself hiding in this pantry, taking phone calls, locking myself in there. I could also see myself using it, if you all have a sweet tooth like my friend Nate and I, of if we have certain chocolates or candies that we don't want to share with our spouse, maybe we have them hidden in there in a special spot. So this whole video was talking, no talking, was actually just me sitting in a pantry doing my thing. But the point was I was still able to feature the details about the property, the 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, all the boring stuff that nobody except the seller really cares about, right? One example. The second challenge that we end up having is, how do we actually capture their attention? And this is where we hit them hard with a strong hook, like punch them in the face, right? How do we stand out? We can do this in 3 ways, and this kind of builds off of a lot what the other speakers spoke about. We can do this visually, so think thumbnails, cool custom graphics, things that pop off the screen to stop the scroll, especially for YouTube. That's a kind of platform you better have a really cool graphic to get someone to click on. You can also do this with audio, a way of hooking them. So think TikTok. You have trending sounds and all those cool voiceover things, and you have hot, cool songs that are coming out. How can you tie in some of your video footage with a cool sound and get people's attention as they're watching? But for the most part, when I talk about a hook, I'm talking about the first 2 to 5 words out of your mouth, okay? Think one-liners or those punchy phrases, things that are gonna capture someone's attention and make them think, what did she just say? And where is she going with that? These are a couple of examples here. So along the time, okay, sorry, let me just skip here. Okay, so let me go back, I'm sorry about that. So as we're hitting them hard with these hooks, we have to make sure that we're catching their attention. So if we're not sure if these videos are going well, how do we know, even if we hit a creative content, we're hitting them hard with the hook, sometimes these videos just fail, right? They just don't take off, they don't perform the way that we want them to. And sometimes there's nothing we can do about it. Maybe the algorithm was off that day, maybe you're in Facebook jail, maybe you just posted at a weird time and it just didn't take off. Or maybe, just maybe, there's like a major world event going on that's a little bit more important and overshadowed your property tour, right? So we can't do anything about that, right? We just have to move on and disregard that video. But guys, we put so much time and money and effort into creating these videos that when they don't perform the way we want them to, it's heartbreaking and it's super frustrating and it costs us money. So rather than disregarding them altogether, can we simply re-edit them, rework them, and repackage them? Okay, so think about it. This is an example of one, I posted this video, it did okay, got 1,500 views, but I knew it could do better. I just knew it was one of those good videos that I created. So all my team did, I changed nothing with the video. They took an even uglier picture of me, they put a big red X across my face, posted it, and in an hour it took off and went semi-viral. So I have about 27,000 views on that one now. Sometimes it's all the little details and the nuances that can really make or break a video, right? This is also a project that my team is doing right now. So we have years and years of video in our archives. So our audience today is not the audience that we had a couple years ago, right? We lose followers, we gain followers, so I'm willing to bet we have a couple of gems in our archive from years ago that we can simply rework with a new hook, maybe a new sound and a new thumbnail, and repost it and reshare it. Okay, how do I know my video flopped? Well, we really don't know unless we have some kind of metrics of success, unless we have some kind of key performance indicators or KPIs to determine it. We can't just say, oh, I don't think it did well when we're not measuring anything. So the first step is for us to create a baseline. Take a snapshot of what your video is how it's performing today. We can all do that right now. Jump on Instagram, see how many followers you have today, go back the last 3 months, average out your views, your likes, your shares, the comments, your followers that you gain each video, and document that. Write it down, okay? So at least you have a snapshot in time and you know where you can grow and improve from. I will share this. I've been creating video for the last 4 or 5 years, and I've tried everything. I'm shameless. I have no fear. I'll do some stupid shit just to see what takes off. So I'm not scared to try new things. But as of the last 6 months ago, I didn't really measure any of my videos. I would just kind of put it on and hope that maybe I got some views on it. And I remember listening to Sharon talk, and he shared one of his KPIs for his Instagram Reels was that he wanted at least 100 shares per video for it to be considered to have done well. And so it got me thinking, damn, 100 shares? Like no one shares my shit. No, nobody. So I would love to get some shares. And then I started deciding, all right, let me at least set a goal for 1,000 views per reel, right? I have 6,000 followers. If at least 1 in 6 people view it, then that's not too bad. I can go with that. So I started becoming way more intentional and consistent with my content and how often I posted it. And with that, as regular for 6 months, some of my stuff started popping off, like maybe semi-viral, 5,000, 10,000 views, and then all of a sudden one of them popped off to 27,000 views, the ones that I just showed you. But it wasn't even the views, it was that I had like 700 likes and 100 comments and 200 shares. So all of a sudden, my 1,000 view metric was no longer good enough, right? I want 2,500 views, I want 100 shares every video. So I have new expectations that I set myself based off of that baseline that I set. So this is something that we can all do today. Also, just to point out, your metrics are gonna be different on every different platform. Your Instagram is gonna be different, your YouTube will be different on your metrics because you're viewing different analytics, long form versus short form, your watch through rates, all those things are important. So as you're taking your snapshot, you want to make sure you're doing it per platform. Okay, how the hell do we do this? There's so many brilliant people here in this conference. I'm honestly honored to even be speaking in front of you guys because everyone is so genius, especially with video marketing, and everyone's going to have their own opinions and advice on this. For me, it's been a matter of being strategic, consistent, and super efficient. I did this by creating a team, right? So I have my videographer, I have my editor, and I have my social media manager. And they force me to be consistent. Because it's like paying for a gym membership. You pay every month, you feel obligated to go, otherwise it's a tremendous amount wasted of money, right? Same idea, I have these folks on my retainer, so I'm paying them every month, so if I'm not pumping out a bunch of content, like what a waste of time and money. They also force me to do more and be better and create more innovative content. And we've created systems and workflows so everyone knows their roles and responsibilities. And when we work together, it's like a well-oiled machine. I set my intention, they can run with it. Probably the biggest takeaway here is going to be the efficiency, because we all know time is our greatest asset and there's only so many hours in the day. So how do we do all these things? So for as far as shoot day, if you guys are time blocking, which I highly recommend, you have certain days of the week that you're creating content in so many hours. What I've been doing is I have my videographer meet me at my office. We get in my car and we drive to our shoot. While we're driving in the car, I'm mic'd up and we're knocking out 3 to 5 reels while I'm driving, okay? Then we pull up to the site and we get out and I go ahead and I might be doing some staging. She's out there shooting B-roll and behind the scenes of the street, of the neighborhood, the exterior of the home. She's taking video of me setting things up for behind the scenes content. Then I finally get mic'd up and I'm talking. And of course, I always forget my lines. So we have so much blooper reel content taken, right? And then lastly, as everyone else is wrapping up, I'm hiding in a closet or a hidden pantry, and I'm reading off my notes that I've scripted, and I'm doing voice memos that I can send my editor for her to layer over all the B-roll she took. So in just 2 hours, we're creating a tremendous amount of content, over 20 to 25 reels in a 2-hour time. And that is how we're really optimizing, maximizing our time on a shoot. So think of that as you're scheduling out, and if you feel like this is overwhelming and how do you have time to do this, you just have to be very efficient and effective with your time. My final tip is for all those perfectionists and control freaks out there, I hear you, you're my people, and it's this, like let go, let God. So 80% is 100%. Set your intentions, let your team do their thing, get out of your own way, and go make some cool video. Thanks.